Before the video starts, check out the official Discord with the links in the description down below or on the screen right here for mobile users. We are a fast growing community, and if you want to join and speak to new people about the anime that we all love, or speak to me personally and get custom perks, check out the Major Dragon Discord and join our growing community within the Dragon Force. Now let's get on with the video. The story last ended with Raditz meeting up with his brother Goku for the first time. Now this version of Raditz is very different, albeit he's a lot stronger. This version of Raditz is not really evil. He was not here to take over the planet or to forcefully take his brother to go serve Lord Frieza. This version of Raditz wanted to take his brother Goku to go see his family on planet Bardock. Well, Goku and the others would then all hop on the ship, and the reunion will go down just as the last part, where they would meet up and the ship would land inside of Bardock's palace. Now here's one thing that people may want to ask. Wait a minute, Major Dragon, wouldn't the 10 times gravity crush the Earthlings such as Bulma and the others? And realistically, other than Goku? Well, absolutely yes. Goku could barely move under 10 times gravity when he first endured it, feeling like it was a bunch of lead and he could barely stand up. That's the reason why Bardock had the ship land inside of the palace, because in there he can control the gravity types. He does this where he meets other races of aliens because some of these aliens cannot handle the 10 times gravity. So when they land in this specialized room where the ships land at, the gravity's controlled. Bardock actually has a gravity room, technically. Similar to that of Bulma's, this can control the gravity to make it 10 times less or to fit the other races' gravity types so they're not crushed or too light. This way he can interact with them comfortably and have good meetings with them. So he made it similar to that of Earth, so that's the reason why nobody's crushed. Now, of course, Bardock is so delighted to see his son, and he is so excited to see just how much his son has grown into a fine and strong young man. Now, he knows that killing Frieza did change the future a lot. Bardock still has visions, and he knows what's going to happen next. But he keeps it to himself, as he knows that if he tells Gine, she will not let her son leave this planet. But he knows that for his son to grow stronger, and to even surpass him one day, he must do this. Now, we're not going to jump into spoilers of what Bardock has envisioned, but we'll get into that in a moment. As Gine was delighted to see her son and her grandchild and his wife, she was so delighted. They would have a big feast, and this is when Goku was with his father Bardock, he actually wants to experience the 10 times gravity. Bardock would actually laugh a little bit and state, "Are you sure you can handle it?" Because Bardock can sense that Goku is very weak in power level. There's actually the average Saiyan is actually way stronger than even Goku is. Goku's not that powerful. He only has a power level of around 400. The average Saiyan fighter has a power level of 1,000 or higher. Even Gine is stronger than Goku at this point, having a power level of 800 or more. But that's because of the 10 times gravity. If you guys remember, when Goku trained under the 10 times gravity, he actually boosted his power level, being over 8 to 9,000. So Goku, for fun, would experience the 10 times gravity, and it'll be the same reaction he had on King Kai's world, where Goku could barely stand up and move. But Bardock was surprised to see that Goku had weighted clothing, and that Goku removed it, and he was able to actually move around a lot easier, but still it was dumb difficulty. Bardock was impressed, as he's not too surprised though, as it's natural for a Saiyan. Saiyans naturally, over the generations, have gotten used to 10 times gravity. The fact that he never had it, it'll take a little bit, but he's already grown accustomed to it over time. And this will make him much stronger. Well, Goku would just catch up with his father. He has a lot of questions he wants to ask him, and Bardock would tell him the full story, telling him about Frieza and the rebellion that they did, and the fact that he knew of the visions and more. And he would also tell him of the fact about how he defeated King Cold, and the fact that he has the Super Saiyan transformation. Now, no other Saiyan has this transformation yet. No one does yet. The only one who is trying a lot is the Prince, aka Vegeta. Now, Vegeta does stay around planet Bardock sometimes, but he usually leaves to go do his own thing. He doesn't want to be around the planet, he's leaving to go become stronger. And he's trying to unlock the Super Saiyan power on his own, so he can defeat Bardock one day and reclaim his title and his rightful place as king. But he has failed to do so. And Bardock says, one day when you are strong enough, you will be able to unlock this power for yourself. And you will surpass me one day and be the strongest Saiyan in the universe. Now, he would also introduce Goku to Broly, And no, this is not the Dragon Ball Z version of Broly, the diabolical one. This is Super version of Broly. Now, the Super version of Broly is Bardock's basically enforcer. He is the muscle of the entire Saiyan army. Broly is ridiculously strong. Goku can sense it. He can sense just how freakishly powerful. Broly is even stronger than Bardock at this point. But of course, Broly really respects Bardock. He sees him as family and as a teacher. And yes, Broly has learned to control his power very well. Paragus has, of course, relaxed a lot more. He's not really vengeful anymore. Bardock has calmed him down. So everything was peaceful and relaxed for the time being. But now, of course, after some time, they will have to head back to Earth. And Bardock knows what's coming, but he keeps his mouth shut for the time being. As he would put a hand on Goku's shoulder and tell him that he will definitely come visit Earth sometime soon and teach him about the Super Saiyan power. But first, he has to see his own story. Bardock can see it happening, and he tells him to trust him, and no matter what, keep fighting for the ones that you love. Do not let them down. And so, Goku would then agree, and he would then take off back to Earth. Now, when Goku does arrive back on Earth, I would say roughly around a couple of months would pass, as Goku's enjoying a time of peace. This is when we would have Piccolo make his move. Now remember, Piccolo had a lot of character development. He fused with Nail, which really calmed him down, and he also had about a year to train with Gohan, and Gohan kind of softened him up. This version of Piccolo is not as nice yet, as he doesn't have Gohan kind of messing with him and changing his heart and making him a little bit nicer. Piccolo's still heck bent on killing Goku. He's been working on a technique that he's been perfecting, and after a few months of non-distracting training, he was able to figure it out and perfect it. Mind you, Goku hasn't really trained much. Doesn't have anything new. So Piccolo would openly challenge Goku. And it would be an intense battle. Not one-sided at all. It was dead even. Piccolo was even having the edge. And he was avoiding Goku. Now this is when Goku would then charge up a full power Kamehameha right at Piccolo. This is when Piccolo would then charge a special beam cannon, and Goku was not prepared for it as they clashed attacks. The special beam cannon was way too advanced, it was too powerful, and it split right through Goku's Kamehameha and hit him right in the chest, and it actually killed him. Now Bardock knew that Goku was going to die, but he wasn't worried because he knew that Goku will be wished back to life, and he will become stronger than ever. He knows to let it play out. That's why Bardock never stopped Goku, because he doesn't want Goku to become weaker or change something drastically. He already did when he killed Frieza and King Cold, the fact that they're alive. So he doesn't want to change too much, so he knows that this has to happen for his son to continue to grow and find new power. He knows it. That's why he didn't stop Goku, which takes a lot of strength for a father to do that. But now Goku was killed, Piccolo would then begin ruling over the world. Now, of course, Kami couldn't really do anything, of course, to stop Piccolo. Kami was even contemplating ending himself, so Piccolo wouldn't do anything. But, of course, Piccolo would quickly change that. Piccolo would then force Kami to kind of bend to his will, and he would explain that if Kami ever does try anything, it's not going to work out well for him. So Piccolo handles that. You can either say he uses the Mafuba technique to seal Kami away, which would make a lot of sense, or he traps Kami inside the room of spirit and time. But realistically, Kami can just end himself in there, and Piccolo would then pass. So realistically, it would have to be the Mafuba technique, which, if Piccolo learns how to do that, he'll be able to seal Kami away and keep him safe. So Piccolo's fine. Now Piccolo would then rule over the planet Earth with an iron fist, thus having his own throne, similar to how Demon King Piccolo did. With Goku not around, no one can really stop him. Tien Shenhan and the others would try, but they were powerless against Piccolo. Now when Goku does land in the other world, he would still meet up with King Yama. King Yama would let Goku pass through, and he would bring Goku to run down Snake Way. Goku would make it down to Snake Way, and he would still crash on King Kai's world, as he's not fully used to 10 times gravity just yet, but he does have a slight taste for it, so he just removes his clothing and he's able to run around. He would still meet King Kai, and King Kai is still willing to teach him the Kaioken technique and the Spirit Bomb. So it was over a year of just pure torture for Earth, as Master Roshi would actually take up the reins of a teacher for Gohan, other than Piccolo. as Gohan would be staying right above Master Roshi's home and nearby. Now, there is a few locations that they could go. They don't want Piccolo to destroy Master Roshi or anybody. He doesn't really have any connection to Piccolo, so you could say that Gohan is safe on his island with Chi-Chi if Piccolo does try to destroy their home. Gohan will begin his training from square one. Master Roshi, being a much nicer teacher, he notices Gohan's potential and he knows how strong he is. He knows that Gohan could become the strongest warrior. So that's what he does. He teaches Gohan the Turtle Hermit way. And the others would also be there to help Gohan grow in power. Even the likes of Krillin, Tien, and even Yamcha. Now, Chi-Chi doesn't like it, but of course, Master Roshi would talk actual sense to her. As he wasn't joking around like he always is, he says that if we cannot wish Goku back to life, his son has the potential to surpass all of them combined. Gohan has the potential, and he needs to do this. Gohan needs to be able to defend himself. What if a monster like Piccolo comes around and you or Goku can't defend him? Then what? But Gohan learns from scratch the Turtle Hermit way, which is a much better way of teaching. Gohan actually gets much stronger because of it, because he's being taught to train the correct way by Roshi. Piccolo was very brutal. He beat on Gohan badly, and he was very brutal in training. Master Roshi does do tough training, but he learns to eat well, sleep well, rest well, train well, and play well. That's why Goku and Krillin got so strong, and etc. Because Goku adds that lifestyle into his training. No overtraining, no overdoing it, but he trains smart. That's what Gohan's doing, having all these masters around him to teach him. So Gohan is a unit when the time comes around, but he's not a fighter still, so around a year would then pass. Now, of course, Piccolo is training as well. Of course, he's not going to sit there and just slouch around. He does abuse the Room of Spirit and Time. Now, to make sure that no one tries anything, what he does do is he threatens Popo with the life of Kami, of course, when he steps in, as he still has the Mafuba. And Popo loves Kami so much, he doesn't want Kami to die. So he lets Piccolo use the Spirit in Time so Piccolo could train for months on end and grow stronger. But now, of course, we are now going to have Goku. Goku was on King Kai's world. He would finally finish his training, as he was more than ready. He would fly his way back instead of running, making it then record time. King Emma would then prepare Goku to be wished back to life. But there's one problem. The Dragon Balls. How are they going to get them? Piccolo's guarding them. How are they going to wish Goku back to life? Now, there is one way. Gohan. All the Z fighters who have been training for a year in secret, hiding under King Piccolo, they now have finished their training. So, alongside them and Gohan, they all then prepare to fight Piccolo. This would then allow at least Bulma or Yajirobe or one of the others to then sneak the Dragon Balls far away, and they'll be able to then make the wish to bring Goku back to life. And so that is what they do. Now, Gohan is absurdly strong. Now, we'll get into power levels in a minute. Since Piccolo has had time to train and get stronger, his power level is about 3,000. Gohan, since he's training smart, is around 2,500. So it's a lot stronger than his original self. He was around 1,003, around 1,000 or so. He was around 900 to 1,200. He wasn't super strong. He was around Cyberman level. But this version of Gohan is almost double that, 2,500, because he got trained right. The other Z fighters are similar in strength. Now, what makes Piccolo dangerous is how much of a tactician he is. He knows that if they all gang up on him, he'll have a hard time. So what he does is he goes in for the kill to blind them and get in their way. So it was Gohan, Krillin, and Tien. Now, of course, Yamcha does try, but Piccolo is smart. Piccolo would use some of his abilities to then blind them, dodge their attacks, and get rid of them so they don't really group up on him. Chaozu and Yamcha would be first. And this would anger Tien when they see that Chaozu was defeated by Piccolo, not killed. Tien would try to attack Piccolo out of anger. Piccolo was waiting for this to happen, as he would then grab Tien and they would start fighting. Gohan is terrified of Piccolo. Remember, he's not a fighter, he's just a child. And Krillin would then tell Gohan to focus and go for Piccolo. So Gohan would get angry seeing his friends get hurt, and he would start fighting Piccolo, and Piccolo would be forced to use his full power. His power level would then skyrocket up to 6,000, which he would then start to overwhelm Gohan, but he then notices the sky turning dark. He then instantly realizes the Dragon Balls. He then sees Shenron far off in the distance. As he flies full speed right towards them, Gohan and those are right behind him. This is when Bulma would then tell Shenron to wish Goku back to life. Now Piccolo would actually blast Shenron with the Ki Blast, but the wish was already made, and Shenron was obliterated, but the wish was already made. Goku Halo is now back to normal. Gemma would then slam his hammer down, and then Goku would then teleport back to Earth. As he knows quickly to fly full speed, and Piccolo can sense his power coming, he would then be in fury. As he would then start to beat down on the Earthlings with no mercy, and almost kill them. As Gohan would be out of anger trying to attack Piccolo, Piccolo would then grab him by his tail, which would instantly make him go limp, and he would nearly kill Gohan, but a kick to his face would then send him away. Goku would be holding Gohan as he sets Gohan down and he looks at Piccolo, and the fight was on. This version of Goku's power was originally 8,000. We're going to say 9,000, just because I like it. It's over 9,000 sounds better. Goku would begin to power up as Piccolo was in shock to see how strong Goku has become in such a short amount of time. It's incredible. And more shocked that Goku's back to life. And Goku says that he's gonna basically avenge everybody that Piccolo's killed, and he will defeat him. And so, the fight would begin. Now, of course, Goku had the upper hand on Piccolo, having a few thousand power level higher than him, but Piccolo does have his one technique, the special beam cannon. Goku overwhelms Piccolo, as no matter what he did, Goku would overwhelm him, even in his giant form. So, Piccolo would then charge up his special beam cannon, firing it right at Goku. Goku would tank the attack head on, which would shock Piccolo, as his special beam cannon is a big increase in power, as Piccolo went from a power level of well over, 406, to having a power level of 1,300, which means that attack is a 3.2 times increase. That's absolutely insane if you think about it, because that means that an attack of 6,000, if he uses a special beam cannon, he can have a power level up to 19,000. So when he does try to fire a special beam cannon, Goku would actually clash it with a Kamehameha. This time around, Goku would then yell out Kaioken times 2, mixing it with the Kamehameha, which is already boosted power already. That would overwhelm the special beam cannon and hit Piccolo, nearly killing the Namekian, but he's still alive. Goku would then free Kami from the Mafuba, but he would then spare Piccolo's life. And he would explain that we need to show him mercy and prove to him that we have it. And Kami was against it, but he trusts Goku's judgment. And so, Piccolo would then flee, promising once again that he will fight Goku when the time is right, and take his rightful place. But Piccolo got humbled by Goku because of how easily Goku beat him. But now, of course, there was finally peace, as the Earth was brought back to normal. Now this is when back to the Bardock what if, when Bardock was sleeping, he would then be hit with a vision. Another one, and it was bad. He would see his son collapsing due to a heart virus, and above him were these androids. And even above the androids, like a dark luminous cloud, was this monstrous green creature with power that he's never seen before. It surpasses that of him and King Cold. He's never seen power like it before. He knows he must go and help his son and find a cure for this. So this is when Bardock would then take the fastest ship that they have to then go right to Earth immediately. As he would get there within less than a week's time, having the new advanced ships. When he does arrive, Goku was of course happy to see his father, and he was happy to see him. Bardock's never really been to Earth before. He enjoys it. It's a beautiful planet. He might make an outpost here for Saiyans so they can keep this planet safe. It's such a rich and vibrant planet full of life. So he'll probably consider doing that. Goku's fine with it, which of course he is. But Bardock knows that he needs to tell Goku now what's going on. Bardock would then explain that he has visions. He can see the future of things. He knew that Goku was going to die fighting Piccolo. But he knew not to interfere because look at how much stronger his son has become. In such a short time, he has truly proved himself to be a Saiyan warrior. As then, Bardock would explain that he will start teaching Goku. He will teach his son and train with him, under gravity training, and teach him how to transform into a Super Saiyan. With that power, you can defeat these monsters. Maybe even something beyond a Super Saiyan. Bardock has always wondered that. He always feels like there's something beyond it, but he's never been able to grasp it before. Not until recently. Maybe there's a way. Maybe. But now, of course, Goku would then catch Bardock up on what happened a little bit, as Bardock was impressed with Goku's power, they would begin their training. Now, Bardock would, of course, bring his own gravity machine with him. Bulma would, of course, take the idea, and she would add it to her own, making a gravity room. So, Goku and the others would begin their training inside the gravity chamber. But until a few months would then pass. Now, Goku has gotten much stronger by this point, and yes, he does have Super Saiyan. He is able to turn Super Saiyan now, as his S cell count is extremely high. Goku's power level within a few months of training with his father Bardock getting Zenkais, because why? Bardock's ship has the healing chambers that can heal any wound within a few short hours. So imagine that with Zenkais mixing with gravity training with another Super Saiyan. Goku's going to be absurdly strong, and Bardock is getting stronger as well. Well, the few months would then pass, we would then have Trunks still arrive, as it's been nearly a year. Now, Trunks was still arrive from the original future timeline. He was confused as to why Goku wasn't there, as he doesn't see him anywhere. But he wonders if maybe going back to the time has already changed so much. He waited and waited, but didn't see anything. He would then make his way over to Goku's home, seeing that Goku wasn't there. As he would then sense a high power level suddenly, he would then fly right over there immediately near Capsule Corp. He would then see Goku and a man that looks like Goku fighting. As he instantly sees the tail, that's another Saiyan? How is that? Wait a minute, what? Trunks says, who is that? Bardock could immediately sense who this man was. He knew that a man from the future would then arrive. He knew that somebody was coming. He already knew it. So he told Goku to follow him. So him, Trunks, and Goku would then leave privately, would then speak to Trunks, who would showcase his Super Saiyan form as well. Trunks would explain who he is, he's from the future, the androids destroyed everything, and more. He explains when these androids will be arriving, and what time. Now, Bardock was actually working on a cure for Goku's disease. He knows it was some sort of heart virus disease, and after scanning, Goku does have this disease. It's slowly festering. And he has nearly gotten a cure. And he even trying to enhance it. Trunks actually has it and gives it to Bardock, and Bardock was wonderful idea. He said, this is incredible. I can even enhance this cure to make it cure you even faster. You need to start taking this medicine immediately, but I'm going to let my scientists view this. So, of course, he would give it to the best scientists in the universe to look at it and enhance it, which is what they are doing. That way, it helps Goku recover faster and has a 100% rate of success. So Goku is fully safe. Since the heart virus is already inside of Goku, it just hasn't activated yet. Bardock wants to kill it before it even activates, to save his life and give him a chance to live. But now, of course, Trunks would then take his leave back to the future, promising that he will be there when the androids do arrive. Now Goku says, now we have 3 years to train and get stronger. And Bardock says, we are more than ready to take down these androids. More than ready. Do not worry. And if anything goes really bad, I can always bring Broly alongside with us as well, and he will help us take down these androids if we need to. And he says, but I don't want to leave Broly to leave his post, as he protects my planet of the Saiyans while I'm not there. Broly is the wall that protects us. So if we do have an emergency, but honestly, with 3 years, with all of us training, we will be able to stop them. Now, this is when Piccolo actually shows himself, and Goku has a little standoff with Piccolo, but Piccolo actually joins forces with Goku. And so it'll be Bardock, Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan. Bardock has had visions about Gohan, seeing him way far in the future, even 20 plus years in the future, in a strange form. It was almost beast-like, with god-like power, rivaling that of gods. So he knows that Gohan has special potential, and he can tell just by how strong he is at his age is extraordinary. Now Piccolo, of course, even notes on that too, even Goku. So all of them will start training together, even using the gravity room, pushing their power even further. Now, when the time does arrive, it'll be over 3 years. Now they are more than ready. When the androids do arrive, it was Dr. Gero and Android 19. Now Goku does not have the heart virus anymore. During the 1 to 2 year mark, even say near the end, they have fully perfected the heart virus medicine and enhanced it, giving it to Goku. It killed the heart virus before it fully manifested and took over Goku's body and attacked him. So Goku was safe, and he's alright. He has shown no symptoms, and he's fully cured. So Goku is at full strength when he fights Android 19. Now Dr. Gero, as soon as he sees Goku transform into a Super Saiyan, he is instantly worried. Android 19, he can't match Goku's power. Goku is a lot more powerful than he is in the original, and Bardock is of course watching, making sure that his son stays in line. As these androids are dangerous, you can't sense their power level. Now Dr. Gero would actually double cross Android 19 and make his escape and run away. Now he would make his escape, as when Goku and Bardock then leave to go chase after him, somebody jumps in the way. A ki blast would then hit near them. Who was it? It was Vegeta. Vegeta in his Saiyan armor, with Nappa following him. Vegeta would then be smirking, stating, "You're gonna wait right there." Now this was shocking to everybody. Bardock hasn't seen Vegeta in years. Where has he been? Vegeta explains that he has been on the outer reaches of space, traveling. When he lost to Bardock all those years ago, his father was killed. It was his rightful place to take over as King of the Saiyans. But Bardock, a low class, not only defeated the man who killed his father, also defeating King Cold and unlocking Super Saiyan, becoming the new king with no royal blood, and defeating him in front of all the Saiyans broke his pride. He knew that if a low class can unlock the Super Saiyan power, then he can unlock the power as well. He is the perfect warrior. And throughout all these years, he has finally found the power. But now, of course, he would then begin to power up, and Vegeta would then go Super Saiyan in his royal armor with the cape flapping, looking fly. Now, of course, Nappa was in the back, as of course he cannot go Super Saiyan at all. He honestly can't. He's just following Vegeta around. Of course, Nappa was more than thrilled, as he's still loyal to Vegeta. He thinks that Vegeta now is strong enough to then take down Bardock and Goku. Now, Vegeta does want revenge against Bardock. He has a beef to squabble with him, but of course, he doesn't mind fighting Goku. But now, of course, when Goku was ready to fight, Bardock would then put his hand down and explain, "Go find the androids immediately." And Bardock would explain that, "Listen, we need to take down these androids first. After we take down these androids, I'll fight you however long you want." Vegeta would actually consider it, and he explains, so those were the weaklings that you were fighting. I just didn't want them getting in my way of my revenge, and to take my throne back. And Bardock says, "I will not be able to fight you at my full strength, and give you the respectable fight that a Saiyan has, unless these androids are defeated. So if you truly want to prove that you're stronger than me, we need to kill the androids first. Then we can have a real battle, like real Saiyans." And Vegeta would actually listen to this, so he would just transform back and they would follow him along. This would actually give Dr. Gero enough time just in time to activate the androids. 17 and 18 would then walk out, and they would have killed Dr. Gero. They would have also freed Android 16 as well, and of course Trunks was furious, as Trunks was also worried because Vegeta hasn't had time to get with Bulma either. This could greatly impact the timeline as well, since Trunks isn't even born yet, which is a bad thing. What are they going to do? Well, what now? Well, Vegeta would then laugh as he explains that these are the most dangerous androids. Don't make me laugh. So we would have Vegeta fight Android 18, and we know what happens here. Although Vegeta is absurdly powerful, he is around the same strength that he is in the original when he does turn Super Saiyan, because remember, he doesn't have Goku as motivation, but more so as Bardock. He also doesn't really use the gravity machine, so he doesn't really know about gravity training. He's just kind of traveling and fighting, getting Zenkais. So we're actually being nice to put him in the same power level as he originally was. Android 18 absolutely slaps him around, breaks both his arms, and tosses him to the side. Now, of course, they're mainly looking at Goku. They want to fight Goku. Now, Goku can tell that they're not really malicious. They could have killed Vegeta, but they're not doing it. This is when Android 16 walks past 17 and 18, telling them that his mission is to defeat Goku. That is what he was meant to do. Now Goku realizes this is going to be trouble, since this 16 guy is extremely powerful. You can just tell by looking at him. Trunks would then take Vegeta's unconscious body and then flee away, taking him to Capsule Corp, where this is when Vegeta and Bulma would have their interaction. As Bulma would care for Vegeta, she does find him pretty cute. She kind of dumped Yamcha at this point, for Yamcha, and Yamcha would then become the greatest baseball player of all time. But now, Goku would be in the fight for his life, as Android 16 was absurdly powerful. He was overwhelming Goku. Even when Goku turns into a Super Saiyan, although he is a lot stronger, he was able to match Android 16 pretty well, but 16 was ridiculously strong. And the fact that he cannot sense their energy makes it way worse. Now Goku was able to slightly hold his own against 16, but somebody was now soon to be on their way, as they can sense the high power levels. Now Bardock was as a Super Saiyan as well. He was fighting Android 18, who was then struggling with him as well. Now Bardock was able to hold his own against 18, because again, he has gotten much stronger. Bardock would then actually help his son, as Bardock has had enough. Bardock would then go into his full power. In his Super Saiyan state, he would then fly in, actually hitting 16, damaging him, as Bardock is even stronger than 16 is. Bardock would then overpower 17 and 18, but Bardock realizes from his visions that these androids have a good future, they're not evil. So he tries to speak to them and tell them that they don't have to follow the Red Ribbon Army commands, he doesn't follow Dr. Gero's commands anymore. Now before they could do that, Piccolo would also be gone as well, as he's speaking to Kami about becoming one and putting the past behind them to become stronger. As over these 3 years, Piccolo has settled down and he is more nice, he's not as crazy evil as he originally is. Which Kami would actually agree to fuse with Piccolo, thus becoming the perfect Namekian once again. But we do have one problem. Cell. Cell can sense all the high power levels, and that means that the androids must be nearby. So, while Bardock is getting tired of fighting all the 3 androids, Goku was already pretty badly wounded, Cell would arrive. Cell would then use the Solar Flare technique. As Piccolo would arrive trying to fight Cell alongside the others, it was too late, as Cell has now absorbed Android 17. Now 16 and 18 will be able to flee away, as it will be Bardock and Piccolo and Krillin all trying to team up to hold back second form Cell, but he's too powerful. But now, 16 and 18 are now hiding deep within the mountains, as Goku was badly wounded. Cell would of course continue to search. Now mind you, this is when Vegeta would then take his leave, and he would then head to the Spirit of Time. Trunks would actually take him there. And Vegeta would soften up with Trunks around, because Vegeta then realizes that Trunks is his son from the future with Bulma, which kind of blows his mind, so he does like Bulma a little bit. As over the next day, Vegeta would lead the Spirit in Time, and he would then find second form Cell again as Super Vegeta. The fight with Cell would pretty much be the exact same, with Vegeta kind of talking trash the whole time. Now Cell would trick him, of course. And now by this point, Goku has awakened. He realizes that he cannot beat Cell, same with Bardock and the others, so they then go back to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber for now. Vegeta would be talking trash. He would then allow Cell to absorb Android 18, becoming Perfect Cell, making one of the dumbest decisions in anime history. Now Bardock knows that there's nothing that they could have done anyway. Vegeta was even stronger than them. They would have just gotten blown up. Vegeta's too arrogant. Bardock then notes on how they need to start training harder than ever. So Bardock realizes that him and his son Goku would then go into the Spirit of Time. Gohan and Piccolo, they would then train with each other in the Spirit of Time as well on their own. So they would then take a few days. By the way, this is when Perfect Cell would still make the Cell game, so they all have within a week plus, around 2 weeks or so, to basically get stronger, about 10 to 11 days. So they would all use the Spirit in Time. Goku and Bardock inside the Spirit in Time would train intensely together. As Bardock has already mastered his Super Saiyan form, he would help Goku learn to master it as well. This is when, my personal opinion, inside the Spirit in Time, they will be able to unlock Super Saiyan 2. Or at least near it. I think that Bardock is extremely close to unlocking it, but he's not there just yet. He still has the speed issue. And Goku's almost there, but outside he's about 70% there, but not there yet. Bardock is about 80% there. We all know that he needs a big rage boost to then unlock his power. But they feel stronger than ever, so when they do step out, Gohan has also become a Super Saiyan as well and mastered it with the help of Piccolo, who's gotten much stronger as well. Vegeta got humbled, and so they decide to stay. Vegeta would then hang out at Capsule Corp, where Trunks would then be conceived. Now, carrying on, Cell games would now begin. Now Goku would then step up first, as he wants Gohan to see how Cell fights. He knows that Gohan has something special. Why? Because Piccolo would tell him. When Piccolo was inside the Room of Spirit in time, he noticed when Gohan was pushed past his limits, he briefly transformed into something. If anything does go terribly bad, they could all maybe team up to fight Cell, but Gohan might have power. As Goku also wants Gohan to prove himself a little bit, not only to them, but to himself, that he can defend himself against any foe. So with Goku's fight with Cell was pretty much the exact same. I would say Goku's a little bit stronger, as Cell's a bit stronger himself, because the androids are slightly stronger with having a much stronger character around, Bardock. So that's the reason why. But now, of course, Goku would still forfeit and drop himself out. Now, Bardock's vision was almost blurred, as there was multiple ways that this could have gone, and he doesn't know which one is going to go. But he does see Gohan fighting Cell. This time around, though, Gohan does not get the push that he needs to turn into a Super Saiyan 2. So Cell is just tossing Gohan around, and Gohan then gives up. Now, when Goku does jump in to fight Cell, helping Gohan, Cell will be a bit irritated, so he overwhelms Goku and nearly kills him. This is when Bardock tries to jump in as well, but Cell overwhelms him, and the Cell Juniors are running rampant. Bardock then sees Gohan and Goku getting nearly killed by the Cell Juniors, as they're too weak, and Cell was beating up on Bardock. Bardock would feel rage bubbling inside of him, as he failed. Even after the Visions tried helping him, after everything that he tries to do, he just cannot save the future. He failed. And Bardock would then snap, and he would then transform into a Super Saiyan 2. With this power and the rage boost, he overwhelms Cell, showing him no mercy. He would then easily kill all the Cell Juniors. This version of Bardock is even stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because remember, Goku's around. Goku had to spend a good half of the year just helping Gohan turn into a Super Saiyan and help him learn how to master it. So, realistically, Goku only trained seriously for a few of those months. And look at how strong he got. That's why Gohan was also able to catch up so quickly to Goku. That's why. Now imagine with Bardock training with Goku full time. Yeah, they're busted. They're already stronger than they were in the original. So that goes to show you just how strong these characters are. Now, as a Super Saiyan 2, Bardock absolutely annihilates Cell, and no matter what Cell did, Bardock would win. Now, Bardock's not going to spare him any mercy or make him suffer. With the full power attack, he would absolutely annihilate Cell, leaving no trace of him left, and Cell was completely obliterated. Now, before Cell was obliterated, he still did gut punch Cell, thus freeing out Android 18 to chronouse the W, and Cell was not spared. Before he could self-detonate, he would have been destroyed in his second form, thus saving this universe. Now that everybody was back, this means that Goku never dies. Bardock would then be more than pleased, as Bardock would continue to expand the Saiyan Empire, actually bringing Saiyans to the Earth as well. And a lot of Saiyans really like it here. He would then expand his almost reach out. As Earth was such a lush, beautiful place, it was such a lushful area, it was perfect for the Saiyans. They loved it here. And the food was remarkable. They loved it. So there'll be a big Saiyan outpost where they would work with the world governments in a peaceful manner, and the universe was safer than ever. But as we know, 7 years of peace would then pass, as Bardock was truly enjoying his life. Now, what about Vegeta? We know that Vegeta originally, he would still have a match with Bardock, but he would lose, as he then kind of respects that Bardock is the king of the Saiyans. He kind of settles down on Earth and has his child with Bulma. Now, this means that Trunks will be pretty much a year younger, so he's the same age as Goten practically. Not like it really matters. It's an age or two difference. It's a year or two difference either way. And so things were finally happy. As Goku will still have Goten with Chi-Chi, this means that Goku is around, so Goten will be stronger. Even with Gohan as well, Gohan getting stronger on top of that, there was finally peace. Until Bardock would start having visions as well of some other foes, soon to be destroying the planet. And that is it for this one, if you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below about Bardock helping them out in the Cell Saga. And we'll be seeing more of the Saiyan Empire in the next part. I really do appreciate all the support. You guys are the absolute best. Let's do the 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.